You're listening to the We Are Libertarians podcast network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com.
Are you a diehard comic book collector?
Or maybe a lapsed fan?
Maybe even someone who has never picked up a comic book in their life. Hi, I'm Remso Martinez.
And I'm Mark Claire. Every single Wednesday at the Second Print Comics podcast, Remso and I take a deep dive into the storylines, character arcs, moments, and events that made us the fans we are today.
Tune in every Wednesday for new episodes available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and wherever else podcasts are available.
Check out more from the Second Print Comics podcast at secondprintcomics.com.
Prepare yourself. You're on the run with Remso W. Martinez.
Once a year, we get to see all the things we want. The leaves falling, changing colors, pumpkin spice aroma in the air. Women really showing their feminist side by going with the most questionable costume choices, which I won't complain about. And of course, all the horror galore in movies, TV, video games, and everything in between. That's right, people. It's a Degenerate Halloween with the Degenerate panel. Welcome back to On the Run. I'm Remso W. Martinez, and we've got the boys back for our second. Yeah, this is our second. This is our second Degenerate Halloween. Huzzah, we made it.
Spooky. I think Doyle's joining us this time too.
Well, Doyle is here. Last time he was off doing like pumpkin patch shit or whatever. But we survived through 2020 only to come back and do the second Degenerate Halloween. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Some call him El Pollo Diablo. In America, we simply call him Derek. Derek, how is life? Producing tonight's episode.
I am producing tonight's episode, RJ. And ready to talk about, beautiful zombies, undead, things that have probably been talked about to death, but we still love them regardless because it's all undead.
You mean spoken about to undeath?
Yes, spoken to undeath.
And you heard him. And you heard him a moment ago. Some say Jean-Claude Van Damme can do more splits than any other human alive, but Zed can. Will you ever see him do those splits on air? On any platform, anywhere? Only time will tell. We've got 1/4 Persian Zed. Zed, how is life?
Pretty good, RJ. I'm excited for our second annual Halloween episode. I'm glad Doyle's here with us as well. So we're going to have a good time telling each of our stories on what we would do in a zombie apocalypse to survive.
Absolutely. And nothing spells I have a plan like Shaun of the Military Industrial Complex. Some say that you can see him standing in the woods, staring into your kitchen window with his clothes on or off. That's debatable. Shaun of the Military Industrial Complex was out last year, but he's here with us tonight, sharing this moment with you. Shaun, how is life?
You know what? I'm glad to be here in this moment because I have a lot to share of how, one, I could mistake you as a zombie and possibly shoot others, but we'll get down to that later.
I could imagine Shaun accidentally shooting like living people thinking they were zombies, but we're going to go ahead and jump into this. The past year and a half taught people a lot of things. Maybe don't hoard toilet paper. Maybe you should own a gun. Maybe you should actually have an emergency food supply. And between pandemics, murder hornets, cops doing their thing, and everyone losing their shit in between, the realm of possibility is basically showing us that we're maybe one bad day away from, a pangolin kissing a koala and eating a bat, causing a zombie apocalypse. I mean, a few years ago,
the best South Park episode.
Well, haven't you noticed that South Park can't really even put shit out anymore because real life is so weird? Derek, we're at the point now where South Park is boring because the real world is so fucking strange. But that's what's really got me thinking, because 8 years ago, you tell me that zombies are within the realm of possibility, I'm like, yeah, so is Superman. What the fuck? That's stupid. Now you say it, and I'm like, yes. Have you heard what came out of Wuhan this week? I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it, but let's just go ahead and bring it up. This shit could possibly happen now. Like crazier things are happening every day. Have you guys ever seen the videos of the zombie ants?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the fungus ants?
The fungus ants, where the fungus just like takes over the brain of an ant and then uses the ant's body to go and infect other ants. Oh, you're gonna pull it up?
Well, Last of Us had the same concept with the zombies.
No, it's real, and I know what you're talking about.
Zombie parasite takes over insects through mind control.
Because
Jamie, pull that shit up.
This is what The Last of Us was based on.
Yeah, so like this type of stuff. Are you learning about this now?
Oh no, I was acting like Joe Rogan. I was like, wow,
Jamie, pull that
Zombie.
up. Pull that shit up. Don't go with that one. But yeah, anyway, so what I'm basically saying is a few years ago, this would have just been pure comedy. Now, this is all within the realm of possibility. So what I wanted us to do for this special was really kind of brainstorm together as a collective of the panel and all of you at home who will obviously be part of the army that fights against this. We got to start talking this shit. So let's just go ahead and we'll start from the bottom up. Sean, zombie apocalypse. It happens tomorrow, really without a warning. What's your plan? Oh, wait, no. We have to go ahead and bring up something else real fast because, this will be the majority of the episode, but it couldn't be a Halloween special without a horror film. I don't know what this is called. One of you brought this up a moment ago, and I promised we'd talk about it at the beginning. As you all know, if you've been listening to these Degenerate episodes over the past year, we all happen to have a giant man crush on Nick Cage, who just confirmed recently that he will continue to act until he dies. Now, I love Nick Cage as much as the rest of us, but some of his films, I don't know if I'm going to pay money to see them, but apparently you guys went and paid money to see this one recently. And I don't know if it's a horror film or not, but somehow I feel like it's appropriate for the season. So what the fuck is this?
So
it's like
this is called Prisoners of the Ghostlands. And it's like, so if I was to come up with a synopsis, I feel like the best synopsis is Nick Cage goes to jail and is released by a sex cult governor to get his granddaughter back from ghosts. And that's a weird synopsis, but it's kind of a fact.
but the cult is a bunch of ghost worshippers. They're not actually ghosts.
Well, no, that's a sex cult. I don't think.
The cult.
Wait, is everyone a sex cult?
The governor is the sex cult.
The governor is.
There's two cults. There's the cult that worships the ghosts, and then there's the governor, the guy in the white suit that in this trailer. He basically sounds like a country guy, running this random cult. I'm not sure if it's in America or
it's like if Colonel Sanders went to Chinatown after the apocalypse and started a sex cult.
Pretty much.
It's like if the Fukushima reactor disaster was really bad, this is what Japan would be right now. Basically, it's post-apocalyptic.
We've had debates on whether this is post-apocalyptic,
apocalypticum,
blah, whatever. If
nuclear.
If the world was over or not in this movie, because at certain points, they pull up a new car like it's nothing. And, because the governor gives Nick Cage a car to go find his granddaughter, to go, hunt her down and get her back because she goes missing.
And the prostitutes have iPhones. So
it seems like the world is intact. It just so my mind thought, okay,
so Diamond Hands your AT&T and Alibaba stock because that'll survive the apocalypse.
Well, I don't think. We'll see. I think maybe the reactor went off, but it's only this area that's kind of affected, and the governor lives in this town that's kind of like secluded, and it's like a sex cult thing.
So it's like Enter the Badlands. Did you ever see that show on AMC?
Pretty much. Yeah. It kind of is. Because I think the real world still exists, because like at the end of the movie, they're like waiting at a bus stop, like they're about to leave. And like the bus doesn't show up, but like this
like
implies civilization's still there.
It's like a samurai Western almost.
And also at the beginning of the movie, like we see like the granddaughter and two of her friends like escaping the compound in a car, because like they're like running away, and like, oh, he's never been outside the compound before, and they're driving away. Like there's something outside. Like if everything was done and over, what would there be to escape?
Okay,
to?
I guess I gotta see the trailer for this thing.
Okay,
let's go ahead and hit play.
My granddaughter has been lost to us. I would have her return to me post haste. And you, sir, I am told, are the man to do the job. Each arm is equipped with an explosive device. Your trousers are also equipped with explosives. Really? Just beyond the point where...
So just one thing I want to note about all the bombs.
That guy looks like Jordan Peterson, the Colonel Sanders mofo.
So one thing I want to say about...
I need you to go ahead and bring my granddaughter back post haste.
So basically, like the bombs that are on his neck, his arms, and his balls, like the bombs on his balls actually detect if he's horny or not, and they start beeping and will go off if he starts getting horny, because the governor planned for that eventuality if he tried to do anything funny with his granddaughter.
Well, I think it's audio triggered, because like there's a point where he finds the daughter, but she's all bound up, so he needs to take all that shit off of her. He's like, yeah, take it off. All right,
that starts beep, beep, beep,
and
beep.
it starts beeping, and then it blows off on his testicles.
Man, this sex cult doesn't joke around.
No. And his arm gets blown off too, because he gets like too violent, like around not her, but like fighting other people, and his arms start beeping, and he's like trying to stop, but he can't.
Why is it in all these like post-apocalyptic cult scenarios, the sex cult leaders are always like these dudes that look like sex offenders and rapists? Why can't it ever be like Beyonce?
I know, right?
So fucking unfair. Okay, hit play.
We now stand lies of highway where evil reigns.
What is this?
At the end of 5 days, if you have not returned with Bernice, well, I think you get the idea, son. Godspeed.
This is the Ghostland, a land of no escape. We are not the ones who hold her captive. It's been 2 days, and still she is missing.
How do I get out of here?
You must surrender to fate.
Make it rain, baby!
I am radioactive.
No one escapes the Ghostland. No one!
I'm not a prisoner!
Rape. So Nicolas Cage actually said this was the wildest movie he's ever done. Is this Nicolas Cage's wildest movie? Because I thought it would be Willy's Wonderland by far.
This was made before Willy's Wonderland, I'm pretty sure.
That's 2021.
Oh, this is new? Oh
yeah.
shit! I thought this
August?
was an older movie.
Yeah.
I mean, he could
That's why
have
I was
filmed
like-
it. He could have filmed it before, but like it's recent.
I didn't realize that.
So the whole radioactive thing. So in the movie, they talk about, the reason why the world is the way it was because there's a bus full of prisoners and an atomic, and a semi truck carrying atomic materials, and they slammed into each other, causing a nuclear fallout situation. So I'm guessing maybe this small small quadrant of Japan is just uninhabitable and these people are just stuck there. So that's why society's degraded or something.
So this is like Escape from New York meets Mad Max meets Enter the Badlands
and Samurais
Cowboys. Because we haven't even talked about the movie starts off with Nick Cage and his partner robbing a bank. And they're robbing. Is
it really robbing a bank if the world is over?
Well, the world's not over yet, apparently. Because there's actual cops in the bank and they shoot back. Because basically they go in the bank and Nick Cage has it under control. Essentially, everyone's stood down, he's threatening everyone, get on the ground, give me the money. He's doing everything. And then the partner's just aiming his guns. But then he looks to his right and there's this little boy and he just turns the partner turns the gun on the kid and Nick Cage sees this and tries to stop him because he's about to kill this kid. And and then a shootout starts and unfortunately the partner still kills the kid and that haunts him because that kid died and so did other people.
Is he actually in this film or was it that movie Jiu-Jitsu where they marketed it as a Nick Cage movie?
He's
and
in
he's
this
only
film.
in it for 5 minutes.
Nick Cage is in every scene.
He's the main character.
He is the character in this movie.
But as you can tell from what we're talking about, none of this movie makes sense.
Yeah, because
we don't know what's going on.
It starts with a bank heist, people die. Nick Cage and the partner both get caught. And I guess the partner was being transported separately from Cage for whatever reason. And that's why, because later in the movie, the partner was in the bus that got hit with the nuclear materials. And Nick Cage is about to go back to the sex cult to go, fight for to fight everyone.
No, but his partner dies. So when you die in the Ghostland, your soul goes to the prisoner bus.
Yeah, and as it's about to leave, there's a bus full of prisoners, and his partner is standing there, with his face all radioactive, messed up, kind of Deadpool.
Okay, so
release me.
So here's the big icebreaker question then. If we made a movie, do you think Nick Cage would do it?
Yes.
Possibly, yes.
Yes, he'll do anything. He'll do anything.
I require a Little Caesars pizza and a Costco membership for a year.
Done.
Nick, are you sure you don't want money? I know what I want. Don't question me.
Acting is life.
But that Colonel Sanders guy, he looks like Jordan Peterson if the world just went to shit. I will blow off one testicle for every day you do not clean your room.
Pretty much. I'm not wrong. Actually, I think
bring my granddaughter back. Where are my concubines?
Are you saying we should live our lives like the lobster?
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
But part of the movie is the people clap, clap, clap. TikTok. They throw that stuff in there.
Yeah,
and it's just what the hell's going on?
There's a lot about this town that you're not
liberal
seeing.
Protesters where it's all mantras and bumper sticker quotes.
Yeah, except this town is heavily armed in both samurai swords and guns.
Yeah, there's some random minigun that the crazy sister this is the sister that was taken. And she
there's a minigun.
Sean, I couldn't understand any words you just said.
There's a minigun in the middle of
Derek,
town.
shut the fuck up so Sean can mumble like he was a moment ago. Sean, what was that?
Basically, the crazy sister that missed the sister that was kidnapped finds a giant minigun and shoots off a lot of the armed guards and or villagers just randomly. And she starts acting like a crazy person would by screaming nothing.
Huh.
Yeah, for some reason there's a minigun in the center of town and she just goes to town close to the end of the movie. She's just mowing people down with this
innocent
minigun.
people,
Innocent people,
not even bad guys. She starts killing everyone. It's like
wait, like members of the sex cult.
Yes,
everyone,
just everyone in the vicinity, and then she gets shot, and like her rampage stops. Like she actually survives though, like because she doesn't die. She just gets.
So this isn't like Willy's Wonderland where it's ridiculous and good and makes sense.
No, this is like it felt like there were a couple writers and they had different ideas for the movie, and they just went with all of them.
And their continuity errors and their plot holes, and it's just like. It's not even good. It's a waste of time.
Like it's like one guy was like, okay, we want it to be about the people in the desert who are trying to, because like basically in the Ghostland town, there's like a big clock that they're holding a rope to stop the clock from turning, because if it turns, like an explosion would happen, not a nuclear one, but like a big enough one that would destroy the structure that was there.
None of this shit makes any sense to me.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
And there was a whole thing about not letting the time go forward, and like they had people holding the rope to keep the clock from moving, because if it did,
it's basically this whole movie. The best way I can describe it, it's just a fever dream.
That's really is.
This movie is a fever dream.
Like because it's like, you know, Nick Cage crashes his car to end up at this ghost town, and then the Ghostland people show up and like take him away after he crashes to the town, and then he finds Bernice, the girl he's looking for, and she can't talk because like the people have convinced her that her soul is stuck or something.
Okay, I literally can't take any more of this.
It's retarded. Let's move on.
I love stupid movies, but this is actually like really fucking stupid.
You'll lose brain cells.
It's better. It's better than Jiu-Jitsu only because Nick Cage has a longer run time. But if Nick Cage run times were similar between Jiu-Jitsu and this movie, Jiu-Jitsu is a hell of a lot better movie than this.
I mean, Nick Cage has his signature breakdown. I'm happy about that, but that's about it.
So speaking of Jiu-Jitsu, and then for my own sanity, we have to move on past this. If you guys follow the Jiu-Jitsu movie Instagram page, when they got on Netflix like 6 months ago, they got really excited that they were number 7 for new films on Netflix for like a few hours. Everyone in the comments was like, this is the worst film I've ever watched. So if you're telling me this is worse than Nick Cage's Jiu-Jitsu movie, then I don't even know if I would rather go rewatch anything else that I don't like other than this.
Just watch Willy's Wonderland.
No, just watch Jiu-Jitsu again. It's way better.
But I think this movie is still a bit better just based on the fact there's more Cage, but that's about it.
That's a very low bar. Remember when we were in high school and we watched that movie Stolen, which was a Taken ripoff, and we were like, this is really low for Nick Cage. The recent stuff he's done makes Stolen look like a Hollywood masterpiece.
At least Stolen made sense.
Stolen had a very succinct plot. And Alan Ackerman.
If you're gonna watch any recent Cage movie, just watch Willy's Wonderland. You'll be a lot happier. Like it's fantastic. It's a great movie.
I think Willy,
like Nick Cage doesn't talk, but it's a great movie. I fucking love that movie.
That might be a movie that I watch like every Halloween.
Like unironically, like you know what? That's a Halloween movie right there.
We don't need to see the trailer. But okay, let's get on. Let's get on with this because you brought up something earlier, Derek, and it's actually funny how it all ties in together. So, speaking of samurais, when I first moved here, I obviously we're not gonna watch that now. We gave Nick Cage enough of the opener. We gave this movie more time than any critic obviously did.
Yes,
way more. So when I moved here, all I had with me was my gun. And, because of the fact that I live in a building of other people and stuff like that, I don't have it in a situation where it's easily acceptable for safety reasons. So I have a steel baseball bat. And at one point I strongly considered getting a samurai sword. So Derek, I think you were the one who was like, RJ, how would you find a samurai sword? So I joked and said, I'm going to go on Amazon and figure it out. You can actually get a steel authentic samurai sword on Amazon for $70.
Be the Michonne.
Yeah. And I've been thinking, like Puerto Rican man in Wisconsin attacks dude with samurai sword. That's so beautiful. But I've been thinking about that ever since, because I've really been contemplating, should I get the samurai sword? And I think I'm gonna order it. And I was thinking about it, and it's actually what led to this episode, because I started thinking, if I had to have something with me, what would I have? And I actually think a samurai sword, if the zombie apocalypse is here, makes the most sense. So that's what wanted me. That's what forced me to go on this rabbit trail. So I've been thinking.
I mean, hey, you watch The Walking Dead, you figure it out. Like, don't waste bullets on the dead. Use it on the living.
Yeah, and I mean, samurai swords don't make noise. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and order the samurai sword. But I want to understand where everyone is right now, and then we'll kind of come up with some strategies, because this shit might be possible one day. So we'll go ahead and start with Sean. Sean, tomorrow morning you wake up and a zombie apocalypse has just broken out across the world.
Okay.
Joe Biden is off eating ice cream.
God damn it.
Okay. Shit. What do you do?
Get all my bullets, go to my girlfriend's dad's house with all his guns and everything, and we team up. And basically, I don't know, I would love to break into the NGA, because I know how much of a fortress they have and shit like that. Walk down there, stay there, because they have the manpower and everything to live there for about 2 months. And after that,
you think they're letting people in at that point?
Sean, I do want to say something. Like,
you think the government's going to let anyone in?
I doubt anyone who is, being a personnel at the NGA is going to stick around and not run to their families, at the very least.
And they're certainly not letting contractors in.
Yeah, like, come on, like, and you're picking a Walking Dead season 1 strategy. Let's go to the government building to hide out, like, that's in the middle of a city.
I mean, Tony Fauci is hanging out in the CDC. Like, I warned them of the zombie apocalypse. I'm going to stay in here.
He's like that guy at the end of Walking Dead season 1 that's just alone in the CDC facility, and like the Walking Dead crew's outside, like, let us in.
You remember me? I'm Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, but it'd just be Sean Doyle at the door. I'm your number 1 fan. Let me in.
Please, I'll suck your dick. Let me in.
I make good maps.
I can map us a way out of here.
Why do I need you when I have Google Maps already? Fuck you. I'm Dr. Fauci.
Dr. Fauci. Send help.
I mean, pretty much Reagan's dad has like a foolproof plan of like traveling to West Virginia in the middle of the woods.
So I
deal with the hillbillies.
I mean, that's better than dealing with
the hillbillies. Would have their own shit locked down.
Yeah, they'd lock down their own shit. Why would they focus on anyone else?
Like, so they're special forces of the mountains in West Virginia. You'd be scared of them.
So there was a strategy. They were actually nuclear fallout bunkers built by the U.S. government throughout West Virginia, because West Virginia apparently has like the landscape that could actually like shelter people from radioactive fallout. So there's been this whole plan for a lot of people where it's like, if shit goes down, you go to West Virginia. So like, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. Like Mount Weather, which is where the president would go if, let's say, a nuclear apocalypse happened. Like that's where that's like on the West Virginia border. That's where they go.
I feel like getting on the road is just a bad idea, and a lot, because like you get on the road, it's going to be a fucking traffic nightmare, and then God forbid someone on the road's infected and starts infecting other people. Like it depends how fast this shit spreads, right? And how fast the zombies are. So are we talking fast zombies? Are we talking slow zombies? If we're talking slow zombies, I feel like America as a whole has been seeing so much zombie media in our lifetime that like I feel like as a country, we would just know to shut that shit down like almost immediately.
We have people walking around with 2 masks for a virus who are already vaccinated. I don't think they're going to survive a zombie apocalypse.
I mean, I agree with you, but my mind kind of goes to something like, because, you know, when it comes to, you know, the Ronies, it's like, that's not transforming people into mindless husks that are biting other people.
That's very debatable these days.
Well, they're double masking, so I don't know how they'd actually manage to get their teeth around anyone.
Cut holes in it.
just for the mouth hole, so it just looks like the mask is talking.
But
I think so. So like with Sean, my criticism of your plan, I'll praise you on this. Obviously, get armed, team up with people. That's gonna help you. So I think you're smart on that. But you're thinking of the places that other people would go. And I was thinking of this for a while, and I was thinking, like, what countries do I think could handle the zombie apocalypse the best? And I actually think China maybe-ish, but, you know, everyone used to think Israel. But then when World War Z came out and we're dealing like the super fast hive mind zombies, that kind of put the whole idea of Israel being really capable of withstanding a zombie apocalypse into a situation where it's like, yeah, I think everyone might want to rethink of this twice. I mean, let's just go ahead and pull up that World War Z clip.
They're like climbing on top of each other.
God, they're more coordinated than Mexicans.
Coming over the top!
We have a breach in salvation gate. They're coming over the wall.
Support.
They should be on the other side, like cutting down the tower.
Yeah, they should focus on the action source.
I don't know. This just proves my dyslexia would cover me from the zombies.
See, now they're doing the right thing.
Wait. Did you just say the zombies would leave you alone because you're dyslexic?
Yeah, exactly. Because
well, I mean, in this movie, the whole thing,
life-threatening,
like terminal diseases that they were already dying from.
Dyslexia, terminal disease. Help! I can't read.
I can't.
You guys don't kill him. He can't read.
It's because they want the normal brains, not the
dyslexic brains.
I don't think zombies have to worry about whether they're going to be switching letters around.
So here's the thing, right? When it comes to World War Z zombies, the whole thing is like, you get bit and you turn in seconds. Like, it's not a minute, it's not an hour, it's not a day. It's literal seconds to transformation.
Or if you're dyslexic, it's B minutes.
Like,
I'm sorry, A, B, 9D,
I think
zombie.
Because I think there's like a scene in this movie.
It's a 30-second delay with dyslexic people.
Yeah, because there's a scene in this movie where there's a scene in this movie where the main character, he knows the time it takes from like when you get bit to transformation. It's like 10 seconds, I think. And there's like one scene where one of the military people that's protecting him like gets bit, and he like immediately cuts off her arm because he knows like it hasn't been 10 seconds yet. So he like just literally slices that shit off and saves her because it hasn't transmitted the rest of her body yet. Like,
Doyle, I think you just gave everyone a reason to leave you behind in the zombie apocalypse. Sean, how much time do we have until the zombies head over here? We have 30 minutes. Well, I see them. Oh, I'm sorry, 30 seconds. We had to leave Sean behind. Why? Did he get bit? No, he's dyslexic. But it's okay. He'll live fine. Because zombies don't want to eat dyslexic people. Who told you that? He did. He said it's like a terminal disease. What?
So I honestly feel like that it all comes down to, are they fast like this where it's actually terrifying, or are they slow like Walking Dead zombies?
Okay, we need to decide what our zombie is going to be for the situation. So let's go down. World War Z? Okay, let's go down. Let's go ahead and take a vote on this. You guys vote. I'll just go ahead and give the questions. Are these zombies capable of critical thinking?
No.
Okay. Are these zombies part of a horde, or do they think independently?
I think they have kind of like they don't. I kind of compare them to Walking Dead ones where they can be individual, but like they kind of just walk around together.
For simplicity's sake, let's pick one. Do they think individually, or are they all a hive mind?
Independent. I think normal speed in terms of speed, like the speed of walking or a slow jog, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, so not like Army of the Dead, like that Zack Snyder movie, where they could Okay, and are these zombies that are just infected people, or are they people who die who then come back, like in a Shaun of the Dead scenario?
Oh, that's a good question.
I think you got to be bit to turn.
Yeah.
Well, see, it could be either, because at least the way it works in Walking Dead is that you can be bit and then turn, or
I've never liked that.
Die.
I've never liked that rule though. That was my one criticism.
Because I think like at the end of season 1 of Walking Dead, they basically revealed that like the infection,
the virus is going to turn you into a zombie regardless.
Yeah,
unless you're dyslexic.
No, or I mean, maybe the dyslexic brain is just it dies and just does nothing, like because like it never turns, it never read the instructions.
No, you turn into a simple zombie.
Hey guys, I got bit, and it hasn't happened yet.
He just becomes more dyslexic.
Shoot him, but he's not turning. It's going to be a dyslexic zombie. We won't know otherwise.
I think my dyslexia has.
There's only one way to be sure.
We have to inject everyone with dyslexic blood. No one can read anymore, but we won't become zombies.
Everyone gets the vial. They don't know how to use it.
Okay, so let's just say that you have to get bit to be a zombie.
Sure, let's do that.
So I think this kind of makes sense. Zed, you wake up tomorrow, you have these horde, moderately fast zombies who can only turn you if you get bit. What do you do?
So I'd grab a firearm, ammo, and probably a small bag with essentials. And I'd hightail it to the nearest grocery store or Costco and lock myself in, because I actually watched this video.
That's a scary notion.
I actually watched this video where this guy basically calculated how long you could live in a grocery store off of like a fully stocked grocery store. And they're saying that if you were to go into a grocery store, the first thing you got to do is take all the meats, because assuming that there's no electricity, you got to take all the meats and start curing them right away. And once you start curing the meats, you start basically taking like the vegetables and everything and start creating like your own little garden inside the Costco. And you use the lighting equipment and everything in Costco and the potting soil from the gardening equipment in Costco. And you start growing your own plants. So as you start consuming the vegetables and the meats, you're basically growing more of your food, and you ration it in such a way where you, after you're done with all the meats and all the jerkies and all the food that spoils, then you can live off the vegetables and you can live off the canned food. And so basically I said you could sustain yourself if it's just you. You can sustain yourself for up to 70 years if you do things right.
Okay, but
the Jacob Taylor's father strategy.
Yeah, so like that's my criticism of what Sean wanted to do, though, because Sean wanted to go to a place where other people would think other people wouldn't want to go. But I mean, even in World War Z, what's the first thing they do? They have to get his daughter's like asthma inhaler, and they go to the grocery store and they almost die just trying to get to the pharmacy.
Yeah, like Zed, your plan is slightly flawed because even if you yourself managed to lock up the Costco, if you miraculously got there first,
you've got to fight the other humans.
Like there's no way that you would lock it up and other humans wouldn't break down those doors.
Well, here's the thing. You wait for everyone to kill each other off. You just hide in the corner, hide in the manager's lounge or something. Just lock yourself in.
You're going to have nothing by the time that's over.
Let everyone kill each other off and let everyone take all this shit on the bottom floor. And then once all the shit on the bottom floor, you just get a forklift and bring the stuff on top down.
You're going to be the one to get the forklift. Like people are going to leave those valuable supplies on the top shelves behind.
Oh, yeah. Like someone in the midst of panic is going to grab a forklift and try to bring a gigantic pallet down. Come on.
I'd be using the forklift to impale people.
Yeah. Like
you just let everyone, you just go there, you hightail it to the manager's lounge, you sit out there for like a day or two.
The Costco employees are going to beat you out first. Like
shoot the Costco employees. I have a gun.
What if they have guns too? Have you considered
kill
this?
Them. You kill them. Like,
yeah,
they're trying to kill you.
Yeah, but
the whole thing
I don't think you understand how risky this plan is. Because you're imagining that nobody's going to pay attention to you and everyone's just out to kill each other. What if a big group shows up that's working together and just takes over the Costco? What are you going to do then?
I Rambo that shit up. I make traps. What you call?
You're gonna make
home
traps.
Alone this shit.
So you're gonna home alone this shit. You're gonna have to get there first. Like you're not gonna be the first man in that Costco. It's just not gonna happen. Like
you're gonna expend a lot of time, energy, and scarce resources fighting with other people for a Costco in the midst of a zombie apocalypse.
It's just not going to work. I'm sorry.
I think it's worth it for 70 years worth of food. I think it's worth it.
You're going to get shot and killed. Like someone's going to kill you first.
And the alternative, go on a highway where it's packed and people are killing each other, hightailing it to the woods. Like,
I don't think anyone should go on the highway. That's a shitty plan. Like
here's the thing. In a zombie apocalypse, everything is a shitty plan. It's all about luck.
Yeah.
Sean, would you fight for Costco?
No. Not worth it.
Even Sean thinks your plan has some flaws there, man.
I don't know. What happens when the food runs out at Reagan's dad's house? You're going to go to Costco.
Sean, I think you're really hoping that they take you in. Because I actually think you gave enough reasons for them to let you fend for yourself.
Zed, I think you're missing out. You could go to Reagan's house and Reagan's dad would let you in.
Sean is hitting the doors on the outside. Mr. Elliott, why won't you let me in?
And Mr. Elliott's like, Sean. And Mr. Elliott's like, Sean, I've always wanted an Indian son.
And then Zed shows up, Mr. Elliott, let me in. And it's like, oh, Zed, get in here, son.
Zed, I need to ask you this because I never wanted to see room before, but because the living dead have come to kill us all, are you dyslexic? I'm sorry, Sean. The zombies won't immediately go for you, but you will cause other people to die.
So Doyle, I think with your plan, Doyle, I'm gonna be honest here. Like, Sean, I think like your idea of simply holding up at Reagan's dad's house, like it makes a little sense, but like I feel like Reagan's dad is the type of person that would know a way out of the country. Like
they're already gone.
Manner. They might be gone already by the time you get there. It's very possible. Like it depends how effective communication is day one.
Could you imagine the note that they leave on the front door? And as
we're going to get Zed fight oil.
and Sean calls us and he's like, guys, they left a letter for me. And we're like, what does it say? And he's like, I don't know.
I can't read it.
They told you directions. They told you.
I'm going to send you guys a photo. It says they're in Texas.
No.
We're like, Sean, it says Utah.
No, RJ, they don't leave a note. They leave a map.
Well, here's the thing about Doyle's plan too. He's gonna have to get from Centerville to Loudon. You know how big of a drive that is, or a walk, especially if the roads are shut down.
His odds of avoiding people by going on the major interstate highways are far better for survival than immediately going and fighting people at Costco.
True.
Yeah, your Costco plan's kind of retarded. I'm sorry.
You got to sneak in the back at Costco. You got to hide in the manager's lounge.
There are other people there.
Are you sure nobody else is going to hide in the manager's lounge?
Because other people are going to go for the food. Other people are going to go for the food and the toilet paper. I'm just going to go straight into the manager's lounge.
I went to Costco. Okay, I went to Costco literally today, and for lunch, I got myself the $2.79 single slice pizza and a Pepsi. And I saw people there like who look like they had never left. People know Costco inside and out. And if they know anything, it's that Costco is a freaking fortress. So I can tell you that people are going to be fighting for everything inside that store and to keep other people out of it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Costco,
if
you can successfully lock it down, is a true fortress. And you could last in there for quite a while, but the issue is everyone's going to want it.
Okay, but then how about cooperation? Once everyone stops killing each other, we form a community, a Costco community.
No,
we pay everyone $15 an hour.
No, because immediately it would turn into like a communist shithole.
Yeah.
But how would you defend yourself? Costco doesn't have ammo. They don't sell ammo.
I don't know. True. I mean, you're not going to use ammo against the zombies, right? You just use the gardening equipment. I don't know.
You can only swing so much until you start to tire out because of the horde. But I'm not even worried. True. Like when it comes to storming.
Well, see, that's what the chainsaw's for. You go boom, 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 and just
but hear me out though. Like fortifying Costco, the zombies aren't even my biggest fear. It's other people.
Yeah.
Have you seen people on Black Friday sales?
Yeah, if anything,
imagine that with zombies.
Black Friday and COVID shows me that I can't trust other people. Like, are we all inside like a Walmart? Let's just say we're a CVS too.
I got a perfect idea. Instead of going to Costco, go to Restaurant Depot because nobody knows what the hell a Restaurant Depot is.
What's Restaurant Depot?
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's a gigantic warehouse right across from Costco that supplies.
Well, congratulations. All of RJ's listeners now know about Restaurant Depot.
Okay. Well, basically there's a Restaurant Depot across. Yes. Look, it's where restaurants shop. You get everything in bulk quantities. No one's going to raid the Restaurant Depot. Everyone's going to go to Costco.
Is Kmart still around?
In some places. Yeah. I know there's one in,
I'm not going to say what this is, just in case. But now we all know.
Google that. No, seriously, I would go Kmart because there's no one at Kmart. And who's going to want to stay in a Kmart? Kmart has a food section. Kmart has electronics and gardening. Kmart has, from what I remember, because I haven't been there in like 15 years. Like, I think Kmart. No one would think of Kmart.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna get to my plan, but Derek, what's yours? Because so far I found issues with Sean's and Zed's. Zed thought he was so smart with the whole, I'm going to grow a garden inside Costco, minus the fact that other people are there. And Sean just gave a reason why no one should team up with him. Zombie apocalypse.
So
tell me you have something better.
So let's just pretend everything would shit tomorrow. I understand that due to medical issues beyond my control, I am screwed in a matter of 6 to 12 weeks. Now I have no idea what happens beyond that. We'll see what occurs. I'll just keep living until then, do whatever I can for people around me and just try to, whatever comes along. I'd probably stick with my family, do what we can, avoid major roads, because why would I go to those if I can help it? Probably, in terms of food and shit, I don't obviously we go through whatever we currently have. We have a decent amount stocked up at the moment.
Which of your family would you eat first?
I wouldn't eat them. They would eat me, but and I'd let them.
Won't they get crumbs if they eat you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Good question.
Isn't that how it works?
Like let them
right?
as long as I'm dead and they cook
Is
me
it in the blood?
If they really have turned to cannibalism, then I see how it is.
Dyslexia. It's in the blood.
The zombie just falls down and goes into a seizure after it bites you. What's wrong with it? Oh God, it's shitting itself. You guys need to understand. Much like Sean and his dyslexia, I too have a terminal condition. The zombie now has Crohn's disease.
Because the thing is, I accept that I have a limited amount of time. It's just before I'm a useless husk. I pray that doesn't occur, but let's just say it does. And I don't have the medication I normally take because that's inaccessible to me. At some point I will prefer to be done as opposed to, because I will be in pain in a lot of it. And that'll be worse than either being a zombie or just straight up being dead. It would be terrible.
What if after
dark?
I'm not trying to be dark, and I apologize, but I'm just being realistic. Unfortunately, the three of you will be I don't know what RJ's plan is that you're probably going to die because your dumbass plan. I'm sorry.
All right, I change it. I'm going to Restaurant Depot. All right?
Yeah,
I'm going to Restaurant Depot.
All right, we can meet up with your listeners at Restaurant Depot and front.
Yeah, and my listeners will set up a commune.
We'll
have the Republic of Zed.
Sure.
We have immediately turned to communism and deposed the ruler Zed. It turns into like a Game of Thrones scenario where they're walking you out of Costco. You're just naked and covered in white paint. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
I honestly think my strategy will be, just stick with the family, do what we can.
Your strategy
avoid
is
roads.
just existing as moral support until you die.
Yeah, that is
pretty much.
It's terrible, but it's true.
No, honestly, they should just leave you, because if you go with them and you're just moral support, they have to feed you until you eventually die.
Well, so maybe I can still do menial labor and fight and other things until it's
Derek,
too late.
Why haven't you thought of something like go steal a Porsche?
Oh shit, you're right.
Go to Top Golf and throw golf clubs off the platforms. I would be Ferris Buellering this shit.
Oh yeah, I could make it like Dawn of the Dead, where we're all at the mall and just kind of partying until we all die.
And the kicker would be after 12 weeks, nothing happens, and you realize your entire life has been a lie brought on by the pharmaceutical industrial complex.
Anthony Fauci comes on. So the zombies were actually people who were dyslexic and had Crohn's, but because of the pain, they decided to just start eating each other. We have started implementing the 7th booster, and everything is okay.
Oh God! Oh my God!
Go back to your lives. This is Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would, I'd be moral support and I'd just help whoever I can.
Derek, you could go to a brewery and jump into a vat of beer and swim in it as you drink it.
Shit, you're giving me a different perspective. I should just have fun and kill zombies along the way until everything ends. You're so goddamn right.
Yeah, you should. I would be having, if I knew that was the outcome, I'd be like, listen, guys, you go off and live, and I'm going to live for the first time.
And then it'll be like, and then it'll be like a year later, and I'll still somehow be alive, have a giant beard, and they'll be like, RJ, and it's like,
Derek will be buff as shit.
I think that Crohn's was a lie. It was just the pharmaceutical industry selling me drugs.
I've been eating so much bread, and you got tattoos, and you have a 12-pack. Who are those women behind you, Derek? They're my brides.
Yeah, but
they found out they were being lied to too.
The Chrome survivors shall inherit the earth.
What if
Turns out we're invisible to the virus.
What if Derek gets bit by a zombie and he turns into like the Belcher class, but instead of like vomiting acid on people, he just shits acid on people?
No, have you seen
the boomer from Left 4 Dead?
Have you all seen Army of the Dead on Netflix?
Oh no, isn't it the Las Vegas heist?
Yeah, that's Army of the Dead.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So in Army of the Dead, you have the zombie who's like super smart, who's in charge of all the others, and he's like 6'5", and he's just muscle, and he's just like the ultimate Chad zombie. What if your chromes mixed with the zombie virus makes you like the zombie leader?
Yeah, sick. I'll accept it.
Derek, we were friends.
Like I don't know. Depends how much control I have over myself.
Yeah, and you have a zombie bride and you have the zombie child.
Oh wow! I don't know how this all works. I guess zombies are just people now, just with different.
So you're like a super person in that scenario.
That'd be kind of sick. I'll take it.
Is that? I mean, Derek, I think your chances of actually doing quite well in this post-apocalyptic undead wasteland are improving every minute.
Because I think like everyone else would be scrambling to like set themselves up and survive, and I would just be like, "Well, I'm on a time limit. Screw it." Like,
Derek, we're going to the refugee camp. Come with us. No, guys, I'm going to Dave and Buster's.
Like, come with me, guys. We're gonna go to Dave and Buster's. We're gonna clear it out. We're gonna drink beer, whatever food they got. We got party.
Okay, so Derek, I think you might actually be fine, assuming that your family doesn't eat you for food.
I mean, then they all get disease too, and that's what happens.
The blood, like the dyslexia.
And then we get this iconic scene.
You notice in that zombie movie, that with the Las Vegas one, you notice how some of the zombies were mechanical?
Yeah, the robot zombies. Yep.
Apparently, they're going to add on to it or something. Like there's more to it.
So, so this is what happens when they decide to eat me.
Well, for starters, you'll do just fine. We did a good job on your leg.
Like I'm this guy right now.
When we started, it was about making it slow.
If they decide to eat me and they manage it.
If I'm being a human being here, I'm talking to you. Perspective, Bob. You're above ground. At least you're better off than them.
Well, we lost it.
Well, lasted longer than I thought he would.
You idiots.
Okay, keep it down.
I can shut him up.
I've been bitten, you stupid pricks. I'm tainted meat.
I got Crohn's, you idiots. I'm tainted meat.
This is so dark.
Everyone just starts shitting.
You checked him first.
Because he was fine.
Or they ate Zed. I'm sorry. Or they ate Sean as Sean was bit, and everyone's like, "Help me! I can't read."
Yeah, I just yell at them.
Do they all end up turning in the show?
They all die, but from Rick's crew, because Rick and company killed them.
Oh man. Okay.
But that scene just came to my mind of like that's
beautiful. That's beautiful. Derek, I think the world would be better for you if it did turn into a zombie wasteland. I think you should really look at the possibilities.
Like I'll just keep trying to find stuff and just be like, I'm just Like, if I come across anyone, just be like, look, I got no quarrel with you. I'm literally just trying to live. Like, I'm on a time limit. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't really want to die.
Eric, that alone could be a plot of the most original zombie series to hit in almost a decade. You're like a lone like highway raider. What do you want, stranger? Remicade. Where is it? Coming this fall. This cross-country maverick in the midst of a zombie wasteland has one goal: not to die or eat gluten. If he doesn't find enough Remicade, he'll die. But even then, he has to deal with the zombies.
Gluten's not a problem. But okay.
Just run with it.
Yeah.
Just run with it.
Yeah.
Starring Nick Cage.
My shits, they're hot, okay?
No, my shits are radioactive. Okay, here's my plan.
I don't have a quarrel with you. I just want some medication, and I just want to keep moving on. I got no quarrel. My fight's not with you. It's with Crohn's.
Okay, here's my plan. I have enough food and stuff to probably last a couple of months, but I wouldn't want to last that long. Unlike the rest of you, I wouldn't leave. I would hunker down unless I'm in like immediate danger. So I would basically hunker down for about 7 days, because I think in about 7 days, you're going to already have people who not only die from immediately getting killed by zombies, but people are dying because they don't have access to food, medications. They've killed each other. They've accidentally killed themselves, or they've killed themselves. So I think 7 days is going to be like the first layer of like this zombie purge that happens, because you also know that like people will start rioting and looting in the streets. It'll be crazy. It'll be like 2020, but with zombies. So 7 days, I'm good. Immediately, what I do is I would steal a Prius for gas purposes.
You already have. No, you don't have one.
No, I have a Prius. I would steal a Prius, because a Prius could get me from like here to Florida without having to fill up. So I would steal a Prius. I would fill up the Prius, and I would immediately drive to a sex store. Here's why. Zombies.
Kinky shit, but all right.
No, it's not what you. It's not what you think. It's not what you
want
think.
To shove stuff up your ass.
I'm not gonna fight them with dildos. So here's the thing: zombies in every situation have always gone off of one thing primarily.
They get off on one thing.
They get off on one thing only. Scent. So I can either walk around with zombie guts on me everywhere and hope that they don't smell me, or I could find a cleaner way of doing that and also be able to go to any store with a section full of condoms and stuff and refill. I would slather the Prius with lube.
What?
Because the lube contains particles that are non-scented, and it sticks forever when it dries. So what you have to do is you have to cover your skin with sex lube. That way it also doesn't irritate you, because it's meant not to irritate skin. And I get pimples very easily with certain products. So the lube wouldn't do anything to me. So I just have to make sure that I go to every like off-highway sex store and fill it with lube. And that way I just make sure that each time I get out of the car, I just slather it on like sunscreen, and I can go anywhere. And they might see me and detect me, but they won't immediately smell me. And here's the thing. No one's going to go to a sex store. It's not like Restaurant Depot or Costco. Like when people are going to think of those things. You're Kmart. No, people are going to abandon the sex stores. They're like, that's the most useless shit. But they have one resource, lube.
You're going to have to fight the Coomers.
They're not going there. They're going to stay home and just like die watching Pornhub or something like that. Meanwhile, I'm going to be with a Prius full of guns, ammo, food, survival supplies, and lube. And I can fill up on lube anywhere. There's a giant supply of lube.
Wait.
Genius.
I see a
Brilliant.
method to your flaw. Where the hell is Juliana in this? You asshole.
This is just individual.
Well,
Yeah,
well, hold on. If this happened tomorrow, how would he get to her?
Yeah, my fiance's back home and I'm here. Someone's got to do the driving. So I'm obviously gonna have to be the one to drive in the Doomsday Prius, covered and slathered in lube.
I'm just trying to picture other survivors coming across you.
Do you know that you could smuggle a gun through TSA by sticking gun parts in a Ziploc bag of pancake mix?
I never needed to know that until today.
Yeah, that's the power.
Derek, you've known that.
That's the power of finding things that can block out the sensory capability of other things, because X-ray can't go through super light particles. Other than like sand, what's finer than sand? Anything that's been grounded into any type of powder or anything like that. That's why baby powder isn't allowed to go through TSA, because if you covered something of baby powder, but somebody found in the mid 2000s that you could get basically a bunch of pancake batter pancake mix and stuff like that. And you could stick gum parts in it. And as long as they can't tell immediately that it's a powder, it could go through an X-ray. So that applies to that. And that can happen. If I just cover myself with lube, we've all seen the films where it's like they cover themselves with zombie parts and shit like that. Like that's going to get uncomfortable, disgusting. You're going to have to kill more zombies more regularly. But lube, I mean, that shit just dries off. And I mean, you barely even remember it's there. So I would cover myself with lube. And then
you could slip into places.
I can also slip into places more easily.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's that. I mean, I could go anywhere at that point. I have a zombie shield. I am fine.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And you got your sword on your back. You got your
You can sell that and market it. You just sell KY and rebrand it as zombie shield.
Just don't have the lube on your hands and holding the sword and have it slip out. Like
I'll have gloves on. Yeah, Zed. I should rebrand KY jelly as anti-zombie lube.
It's called Zombie Shield.
Zombie shields. I don't know how you get to the people, but when it's applicable.
No. I will partner up with Alex Jones.
You have to find him first.
Coming to InfoWarsHealth.com. We know the zombie apocalypse is imminent. We're gonna need to get around.
He's in his what's his vehicle name? I know he has the
MRAP. He's in the MRAP.
Yeah, he's just driving through,
throwing bottles of lube to children. Here, slather yourself with the zombie scum.
Oh my God.
Seriously, all I have to do is wait for most everyone else to kill each other off. And then I have a very fuel efficient vehicle and I can still go out and do stuff. What if I want to go ahead and take a shit on the side of the road?
I mean, you could.
Huh?
Where?
What's
Where are you
going to get this Prius?
Dude, I'm in Wisconsin. There are enough liberals around here driving Priuses. I'll be able to find one.
Yeah, I'll find one.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to find the keys?
What if you find a Tesla Cybertruck?
Sean, I'm Latino. We can all steal a car.
Well, you already have a hybrid, RJ.
Yeah, but
I just wanted you to say that.
But Prius is more efficient than my hybrid.
Interesting. If he finds a hybrid Prius, he's good forever.
That, and if the zombies are smart, they're going to see a person covered in lube driving a Prius, and they're going to think, oh, man,
the brains aren't worth it.
Yeah, the brains aren't They're going to think I'm so stupid. I'm not even worth eating.
They'll think he's dyslexic.
The goal is not to be the badass of the zombie apocalypse.
No, it's not.
The goal is to live, survive, and be comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, just like RJ, it seems like a pretty solid plan, assuming the loop actually works. Like, obviously, let's hope it works.
That's the big what if. Oh gosh, why are they having a hard time grabbing him? He's slipping between the zombies. RJ covered himself with lube. Why? He thought it would kill his scent.
Like,
How?
Now I'm just thinking of the funny scenario where it's like you're covered in it. They're still walking toward you. You're like, oh shit, it didn't work, and like you're trying to run away, and you're like slipping. Like
I die, and God looks at me. He's like, "You covered yourself with lube, huh?" Yeah.
Well, at least you're not one of them. So there's that.
At least you're not. I'm sending you to hell. Why?
You went into the sex shop.
You covered yourself with lube and told other people to do it. That's a problem. Yes, God, I agree. How is Tony Fauci here?
He gave people the booster shots.
He actually caused the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, you're both going to hell.
You're right. He's going with you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So
does anyone criticize the lube plan?
Yeah. Hey, if it works, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, the smart thing to do, if it was just like, if you had to hunker down, like if it was you and your family, and what would you do? I think staying where you are is the smartest thing to do, and let everyone kill each other off.
Yeah, trying to run to unfamiliar territory, like with zero plan, is not a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine how boss the fight at Costco would be on day one? Especially if somebody puts that music from Doom over the speaker system. That'd be so crazy.
Just the fight at Costco leaked.
It was just a joke. There's no such thing as jokes anymore.
Yeah, we live in a post-joke world.
Chris, maybe we should just eat outside.
But is this how people kill each other at Costco? They disagree on social issues. They're killing each other.
You took the last sample.
You took the last sample. This is Costco day one,
Okay.
That's Costco. That's Zed.
That's Costco. That's Costco.
Just rip off the scene from The Kingsman.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay, so with that said, all of our plans have some very severe risks and problems involved. Yeah. But we should
I just become a lone wanderer that's just on borrowed time.
Sean is abandoned. Zed goes on a suicide mission. You end up living your best life, and I'm covered with lube driving a Prius.
Maybe zombies corner me, maybe they don't. I just go to fun places that no one will go to, because nobody wants to go there.
You go to Disney World during the zombie apocalypse. Okay, here's another question now, since we've gone through the plans. If you could team up with any celebrity or public figure, who would it be? We'll
Nick
go
Cage.
We'll go down. Okay, Derek, you honestly say Nick Cage?
Actually, it's a meme answer. I feel like I'm trying to think now. You guys go first. I'm thinking about my answer.
Okay, Sean. Preferably somebody not dyslexic.
You need someone to read for him.
Henry Winkler is out.
Oh, God. Fuck it. You know what? LeBron James, dude, that guy's got, I know he has a shitload of guns and everything. That he's a buff fucking athlete. Like, that guy will save my life more times to count.
You think LeBron would save you after how, I'm sorry. I was thinking of somebody else. I was thinking of another celebrity, of another athlete. You think LeBron you think LeBron has a plan for like shit like this?
Honestly, if he's anything like my uncle, having his house already ready for a bunker down thing and having at least 2 years worth of food in the house, he pretty much could stay in his house like my uncle could.
So you think King James probably would live pretty comfortably?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If it's anything like my uncle when he was in the NBA and has his house all fortified and everything, no one's getting in the house.
Let's think about this though, because I've been thinking about celebrities. I've been thinking which celebrities would be some of the coolest, and of course, everyone is thinking obviously Bill Murray.
Of course,
yeah,
yes.
Okay, let's remember what happened to Bill Murray in Zombieland, though.
This would be me. Oh no!
This is pretty catchy.
I ain't afraid of you.
Come on. Help me with the boots. Come on. Help me with the boots. Okay.
God, Emma Stone is so hot.
That she is. Yeah, it's fun to think Bill Murray's just kind of chilling in his mansion, just like doing nothing during all this.
How's the electricity still on?
It's pretty early into it, isn't it? No.
Backup generator.
Bill Murray, you're a zombie? Oh, God, I'm on fire! Ouch! You're not a zombie. You're talking. You're okay. The hell I am.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that it was you.
Are you? What's with the get up? Oh, I do it to blend in. You know, zombies don't mess with other zombies. A buddy of mine, makeup guy, showed me how to do this. Cornstarch, some berries, a little licorice for the ladies. Suits my lifestyle. I like to get out and do stuff. Just played 9 holes over Riviera. Just walked down. Nobody there. God damn it, Bill fucking Murray! I had to get that out. I don't mean to gush. This is so surreal. I mean, you probably get this all the time. Maybe not lately, but I'm such a huge fan of yours. I mean, I swear, I've seen every one of your movies 1,000,000 times, and I even love your dramatic roles. And
I can go play golf.
Everything.
No one's gonna be at golf.
Derek.
No one's gonna be at a golf course.
Murray.
No one's gonna be there.
That's not your middle name. I've been watching you since I was since I could masturbate. I mean, not that they're connected. Former Queen Sheba about to become a master champion. Whoa!
Oh, fucking Murray.
It's so sad what happens in this scene.
Yeah.
Thank you. You are staring at me. It's a hairpiece.
When did Woody Harrelson get famous, like well known?
Cheers. He was Woody from Cheers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where? The Hollywood Bowl.
Was that like a while back?
He's a zombie.
Early 90s.
There's a part of me that doesn't want to watch this next part, but I know it's part of the experience.
Can I get you something? What would you like?
Because it's so stupid that they didn't just not this part. This part's great.
Derek, you would do this if we fucked with you.
Smooth, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not in this
Derek,
setting.
you can do so many drugs.
Come get him.
Yeah, it's not like it would matter anymore, Derek.
See, this would be fun. This is the fun part. I'm talking about the part where he gets shot.
Don't
cross the street!
Across the street.
Don't cross the street!
Like, if I could have fun with Bill Murray, it'd be like, hell yeah.
35 feet long, weighing approximately 600 pounds. That's a big Twinkie.
Your sister is single.
Big Twinkie.
Nothing long distance or anything.
Oh.
Oh, good. Like a type.
Every time I listen to Jesse Eisenberg, I just hear the bird from Rio.
He kind of goes for bad boys.
That role has ruined him for me.
The bird went extinct after the movie came out, right?
Really?
Yeah.
I would not waste valuable popcorn on all this.
Yeah. He's like a little bunny.
I'll get him.
Yeah, see, like, knowing he had a gun, why would you do this? Why would you risk Bill Murray's life?
Eric, you would do this.
But then he gets shot.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Fucking idiots. Kill Bill
Why did he aim
Murray.
for the chest?
Is that how you say hello? Where you come from?
Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe I shot Bill Murray.
How was he supposed to know?
Mr. Murray. I just
pissed me off, man.
I think now. Bill. Yeah? I don't think we're gonna be able to stitch this. That's still tender. Pull through? No.
God damn
If
it.
it means anything now, I am so sorry. It's just instinctive.
It was my bad. I was never a very good practical joker.
So do you have any regrets?
Walking in this room like a zombie.
Garfield, maybe?
Not telling the group of dyslexics to go out in the middle of traffic.
Doyle's Jesse Eisenberg because he couldn't read the room.
I think Doyle would accidentally shoot LeBron James if LeBron James yawned.
Like Doyle couldn't read the room.
What the fresh hell? I'm sorry, Mr. LeBron James. Do you have any regrets?
Yes.
Space Jam 2.
Oh,
If it makes any difference, I'm your number one fan as he's dying.
Fucking love Bill Murray.
Can't believe I was shot by a white guy.
God,
A
it's so good.
dyslexic white
yes.
Okay.
So
Zed,
I do have
if
an
you
answer
could-
now.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to wait your turn.
Okay.
Sean, I'm sorry, you already killed LeBron James by accident. Zed, if you could team up with anyone, who would you team up with?
Can it be multiple people?
No.
One.
I need some entertainment in the apocalypse and someone batch crazy too. I'll get Nick Cage. But see, the thing with Nick Cage is if he finds alcohol, he might get into his drunken fits and get us killed.
It'd be like a Nick Cage movie every night.
You know, he was kicked out of a restaurant recently.
Yeah, I watched that. I'm like, Nick Cage might have an alcohol problem.
Okay, Derek, now you can say.
So I think I'm going to choose Keanu Reeves.
Ha!
And the reason I pick this is because he's going to need someone to take care of his dog. And that's me.
For 2 weeks?
For as long as it takes.
For 6 weeks?
For however long I have.
That's actually really smart because Keanu Reeves can really fight, right?
Yes. And as long as I make sure his dog doesn't die, he I think he's got me.
That actually makes sense. Keanu Reeves might also have healing powers.
He very well might. Wait, why do we think this?
Because he's Keanu Reeves.
That's a fact. Yeah, you're right. He is.
He might be a vampire.
He's basically just below
Maybe.
Jesus. He's
basically like Keanu Reeves is like low-key, how do I put it? He's like Chuck Norris on Adderall.
Yeah.
I feel like Keanu Reeves would survive the zombie apocalypse. I would just think he would survive. I think Keanu Reeves would thrive.
Yeah. He might be able to give me a medication. It's probably not, but maybe.
Thank you for getting my Remicade, Mr. Reeves. It's okay, Derek. You're breathtaking.
No,
Mr. Reeves.
You're
breathtaking. Okay, so
he would be my Johnny Silverhand.
Listen, I'm not gay, but
or dyslexic.
Keanu's
Keanu's
special.
Keanu is different.
Keanu's for everyone.
Keanu Reeves is for everyone.
Keanu Reeves, this one live.
I love you, Mr. Reeves. Okay, now I'm really doubting whether mine is as good as Keanu Reeves. I think Keanu Reeves is definitely miles ahead of LeBron James.
What's
I don't even
LeBron?
remember. I don't even remember who Zed said.
Like,
Zed,
what's
who did
LeBron
you
gonna
say?
do to
Nick
juggle
Cage.
to throw basketball?
Yeah. Okay, I think I would want to team up with Joe Rogan.
Oh,
You just be high all the time.
Exactly. What else do you do in a zombie apocalypse?
Well, wouldn't that be a risk? Like he might think a zombie's like, I don't know, unicorn. You go touch it. And
No, we just hang out in the studio, and he'd be like, "So wait, you covered yourself with lube, Jamie? Pull that shit up."
Wow.
Have you ever done DMT? Do you think now is the best time? Well, no one thought that I would be president of the United States during a zombie apocalypse, so why not? Jamie, go get some.
You ever eat elk?
I think everyone's picks were pretty good. I think Derek wins, though.
Yeah. I think Keanu is the best call.
My gosh. So I think we covered basically everything. Does anyone else want to cover anything related to this? Point out any issues, bring up anything that we may have looked past?
No, I mean, like if we keep our established, like what the zombies are, like, slow, independent thinking ones, like not necessarily like horde mentality, but just like if they're slow and shit, we probably have a chance. Like if they run and it's kind of over, like
Left 4 Dead,
like Left 4 Dead or the World War Z ones. Like if they run in, you're gonna get swarmed in like half a second, and it always amazes me because it's like these people are supposed to be dead, but somehow their muscles are like supercharged and they're like running at like
the Chad zombies.
Yeah, they're like the Chad zombies that are running at breakneck speeds of like Olympic runners. It's like, what? How?
Oh, I thought of it. Okay, one last question, and I promise we'll wrap it up. You only have one weapon throughout your time surviving the zombie apocalypse. What is your weapon, Sean?
A weapon.
If you say 30-06.
What's
We're
the
kicking
ammo
you off
rules?
the show.
What's the ammo rules on the guns?
It's fine. You can do whatever. Sean, if you say 30-06, we're kicking you off the show.
Yeah, that's literally the worst thing you can have.
Yeah, in a horde mentality situation.
That's his answer to everything.
Yeah, literally.
So
you blew a hole in Costco. Why? I only have a 30-06.
I forget the rifle that Mr. Elliott has that has the bayonet on it, but it has.
Okay, let's just assume that he's abandoned you.
Why? Because I'm dyslexic.
Yes.
Well, no, he didn't
Survival.
abandon you. He didn't abandon you. He left a note telling you exactly where to go, but you couldn't read it.
I'd probably say then. Fuck it. Let's just do a P90.
Okay. You can't find ammo for it.
Are we just pretending you can find ammo for it?
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
P90.
I think the P90 is better than what he wanted to say, which is a 30-06. So I thank you for the effort, Zed.
Well, knowing that probably ammo will be scarce, if we're thinking longevity, probably a melee weapon. Probably
samurai
machete,
sword
maybe?
from Amazon.
No, something that you could hack easily with, but you also have a bit of range with as well. Probably like a big machete.
I mean, a sword can have range, like
especially if you buy it from Amazon, you can prime that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, swords are a bit too. I don't know if you could really do like fast hacks with a sword. It's kind of weight. It's like a weight restriction.
Well, you don't want one that you have to impale with. You want one that can you can slash with. Because
you can slash with the machete.
And
you can hack with the machete.
Well, yeah, machete's a good call actually. That's not bad.
And yeah,
decision.
it's got like especially one which is like ribbed on the top, so you can use it as a saw too.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a claymore or something, but that's gonna be a bit too much weight.
That's like carrying a minivan on your back.
Yeah, that's a bit way too much weight. Like.
Zed, you made me rethink mine. You actually make some good points. Derek.
It'd have to be melee based. I'm trying to think because like it's something I want to be able to carry somewhat easily. It's not going to weigh me down too much, but at the same time, it's still effective in taking them out. Because you don't want something that could get stuck in a zombie head, right? Like you don't want
like Negan's baseball bat.
Well, I guess the nail bat's not gonna. Yeah, like that would be good. Like Negan's bat is really good because like that shit's just gonna take them out like piñatas. But you got to have the force behind that too, because that might not get to the brains, depending on the first hit, like a sword would. Just depends, like how good an angle you have. If they get on top of you, stuff like that. There's a lot of factors. I feel like I would go with a sword, but not necessarily like what
my only criticism of melee weapons is you have to get close. So that's a risk, and you could tire out.
No, I think would a spear be good? I feel like a spear would be good because no, it wouldn't be good.
Like a Mandalorian spear?
That would be kind of a sick spear.
That would be.
Well, are these defensive weapons or offensive? Because if you're thinking in terms of survival, it's a weapon. Basically, if you're in a pinch, it would be able to get yourself out. And if you're in a pinch, it means
like a crossbow would be good too, but you'd be low on ammo with that. And then, you'd have to retrieve each.
Assume ammo is not a problem. Okay,
I'd probably go with a crossbow, kind of like Daryl has, because you can retrieve that and still use it again if the arrow's in good enough shape. That's not ideal, but it's something that you can reuse and use at a distance if you have to. And and unlike a gun, if you use the bullet, it's gone. But with an arrow, you can just retrieve it, whether that be from the zombie head or from anything else. But then again, I'd still go melee wise. Just because I feel like you're not gonna lose it. It's something you can carry easily. I'm going with a decent enough sword that I can slash with it, but it's not too heavy.
I think I'm just gonna be basic. I'm gonna get the Amazon Prime samurai sword.
Yeah, honestly, a samurai sword just seems like the best call.
Sponsored by Amazon.
Are we saying we already have these weapons in hand, or the fact that
you have a P90?
No,
I'm talking best case scenario, like if you get your dream weapon, but you only get one.
One weapon. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. My dream weapon would be a lightsaber, but I'm not going to get one of those.
I'd want the Infinity Gauntlet at that point.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, guys, this has only made me doubt my faith in humanity even more. Good luck surviving on your own, Sean. Yeah, Zed, I hope you get to Costco in time. And Derek, just have some fun.
Yeah.
But
if anyone wants to join me, you're free to.
He's going to be having a blast.
I'm going to have a blast for you to join me on that blast. It's like I can't promise we're going to have the most food or the most secure locations, but we're going to have fun.
Yeah. Well, folks, I can't promise you that you'll survive the zombie apocalypse, but what I can promise you is that we'll be back later in the week. And happy Halloween. As always, be good, be safe, and good night.
Good night.